Hello, welcome to the Stitching Post. I wanted to introduce you today to knitting and give you some basic tools that you're going to need to get started. And we're here to help you. First is the Church Mouse Learn to Knit Companion. And I really like this because what it does for you is go over cast-ons, bind-offs. It gives you a background in yarn in different weights, so it gives you a foundation to start from. Once you have this though, what other tools do you need? My favorite needles I'm going to show you are ChowGoo circulars. I do like them. They are metal, they are not slippery, but the join here is beautiful. I pulled out what you would use for a worsted weight yarn, which is kind of what you want to start with. So size 7 or 8 needle. And I pulled out 2 types of yarn I usually suggest starting knitting. First is Ultra Alpaca, is beautiful, it feels great. Great price point. You only need 1 skein and you'll start a scarf. Ultra Wool is a superwash wool, also from Barocco. And again, both of these are worsted weight yarns. Now, once you have your basic tools, what can help you get going? So I use a ton of these for all my patterns, and I'm gonna open it up real quick to show you why I like it. It's magnetic. So what does that mean? It means one, I can stand it up, put my pattern here, and use this as a finder to keep where I am. But I'm going to show you all my Coco Knits favorites, and one of them is their row counter, which is magnetic. So it's amazing. Coco Knits thought of everything, personally. They have a bracelet similar to an iWatch band and everything that is magnetic, that also will hold. We have the Coco Knits tape measure. We have it in 2 colors. So in there, I want to call it Tiffany blue, but this is kind of my favorite color. As you're knitting, you don't want to lose your stitches. So stitch stoppers. These would go on the ends of the needles halfway in, and you won't lose your stitches off of that. Next, what if I make a mistake? Well, you need to have tools to fix it. 2 different types. Both are excellent, both are in my bag. One is a Coco Knit stitch fixer. It has a crochet hooks on both ends, so it's great for fixing garter stitch. The other is a Susan Bates handy tool, which is also excellent for picking up stitches, but also straightening out stitches. Now you must have a needle gauge here to tell you what size needles if you forget, and also to measure your gauge. And gauges goes into why gauge is so important in this book, and this will help you do it. Once you get started and you're doing a pattern, you do need markers. Again, Coco Knits makes my favorite markers. The Flight of Stitch markers here has multiple sizes along with removable ones and triangles. I use the triangles in knitting in the round, so it designates my beginning. So I use that. I also like these, which are like little safety pins. So if you don't want to buy a whole set, my next 2 favorites are the little ones, mainly because I only knit up to size 7 needle, and these to mark the beginning of the round. To hold your knitting, I have 2 products that I use religiously. One, just to hold my yarn. I like this little mesh bag, and it has snaps so you can set it to the size of yours and pull the string out, or the yarn, excuse me, out the way you'd like it. I also use the walker bags for all my tools. And once you have things in it, because this is more like a, has a wedge, they stand up really nice. So these are some of my favorite tools. If you need any help, you come in, we'll help you with anything and get you started. And if you go to our YouTube channel, Stitchin Post on YouTube, you can see past videos of Knitting with Nancy that has lots of other tips and tricks, and future ones coming up. Have a great day.